FeatureCAM has made steady progress in terms of its user interface, and FeatureCAM 2014 R2 builds upon this with the following improvements. Feature level tabs are now visible in the tree view, making interface navigation much easier. We've also added Hyperlink pick labels to the UCS Translation dialog box. If I go over to the part view, at the moment we can see the standard default part view that you expect to see. By instigating the tree view menu options, we can actually extend this by adding some global settings. To do this, we need to access our secret menu via the Control, right-click, menu option. Here you can see at the bottom we've got Show Feature Level tab shortcuts. I'm going to select that item, and I need to refresh the screen in some way. We can do this in any number of ways, but I'm going to do it just by simply opening the example file. Once I open this, you'll now see there are a load of global settings available to us. This makes navigation much quicker without having to go to menu options or down to the bottom of the screen. For example, if I want to access the tool manager, I can double click and access the tool manager very quickly. I can also do this via the menu, and I can access any one of these items that I wish to access. For example, if I want to view my post-processing information without having to go to the bottom of the screen. So this makes navigation much easier. I can also minimize this if I don't want to see the options, just by choosing the plus or minus icon at the side here to maximize or minimize the global settings. This tree view behavior is also being extended to the features. If I go into the side view, for example, we can see here that we've got a number of icons across the top. Each one of these icons is linked or associated with each of these settings that appear in the tree view now. You can see we have dimensions, location, strategy, side control, and the miscellaneous tab. This makes navigation going from, example, if I'm in the finishing milling area, I can very quickly navigate to my strategy page if I wish to change the feature type, for example adding a semi-finished pass. As well as this is also of course dependent on the type of feature. In this case I have a 2.5D side feature, but if we go to, for example, the 3D feature here and open the properties of this one, you'll see in this case we have a process tab, so we have a process item within the tree view. As well as this, we also have the option for moving our UCS dialog using the hyperlink pick labels. Now in this case I've got a vice at the bottom of the levels. It's going to reshape my model up. What I want to do as I come round, I'm going to machine these pockets as a 5-axis operation. But in order to get round here, I want to make sure that my coordinate system is clear of the part and clear of the vice before I start making my way into machine. To do this, I'm going to create a coordinate system based around these yellow faces here. I can then translate it to any location I want. So let's create a user coordinate system. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this one yellow pocket. I'm going to go and say create and go to the alignment wizard and say OK. And in this case I'm going to use a 3-point alignment. My first point is going to be my origin point, and in this case I'm going to select this location here. I'm going to choose a point to define the x-axis over here, and then an xy plane point over here. That's now given me the orientation that I wish to have for my UCS. However, I want to translate it so that it is safe and up by the corner of the stock material. To do this, I can go to my translation dialog, and you'll notice the blue hyperlinks have now been added to this interface. So I can move the Z location. In this case I'm going to click on that corner point and say apply, and you'll see the Z location is shifted. I can do the same as well for the X location, like so. I've now got my coordinate system positioned. From this I can now generate a setup. So I'm going to create a new setup, and I'm going to align to a UCS and then choose my yellow pocket UCS. I now have a setup that's been created in a safe location but orientated towards that pocket. So these are some of the new improvements that we've added to the FeatureCAM interface.